We are the Gujarat Technological University. Since its inception over a decade ago, GTU has been empowering young and curating minds to realize their true potential. Over 4 lakh inspired students are enrolled with one of the premier academic universities in India.
Hello everyone, myself Professor Hina Panjwani. I am from Ahmedabad Institute of Technology. Welcome to HTML form and MetaTag tutorial. Today we will learn about input elements of HTML form and MetaTag properties in HTML, and also we can learn about difference between HTML HTML5 and HTML XHTML. Now let's start. Why we are using HTML forms? An HTML form is used to collect user input. The user input can then be sent to a server for processing. The HTML form element defines a form that is used to collect user input. An HTML form contains form elements. Form elements are different types of input elements like text fields, checkboxes, radio buttons, submit buttons, and many more. The input element is the most important form element. The input element is displayed in several ways depending on the type attribute. Here are some examples you can see here in the screen. Input type is equal to text. That means defines a single line text input field. Second is input type is equal to radio. That means defines a radio button for selecting one or many choices. Generally we can use radio button for Xender. Okay. And here is input type is equal to submit. That means defines a submit button for submitting the form. The submit button input type is equal to submit defines a button for submitting the form data to a form handler. The form handler is typically a page on the server with a script for processing input data. The form handler is specified in the form's action attribute. In our example also we are using action in form. Here in this example you can see here we can use form tag, a form with 2 text input fields. First one is input type is equal to text, id is given fname, and in second id is given lname. We can use here name and also we can use value. Okay, and input type is equal to submit is used for submitting the value. This is how it will look like in a browser. You can see here in this screen. Note that the form itself is not visible. Also note that the default width of an input field is 20 characters. Here are the different input types you can use in HTML. Input type is equal to text, define a single line text input field. Input type is equal to password, define a password field. Input type is equal to submit, defines a button for submitting form data to a form handler. Input type is equal to reset, defines a reset button that will reset all form values to their default values. Input type is equal to radio, defines a radio button. Radio buttons let a user select only one of a limited number of choices. Input type is equal to checkbox, define a checkbox. Checkboxes let a user select 0 or more options of a limited number of choices. Input type is equal to button, defines a button. Input type is equal to color is used for input fields that should contain a color depending on browser support. Input type is equal to date is used for input fields that should contain a date. You can also use the min and max attribute to add restriction to dates. Input type is equal to date time local and many more input types. Difference between HTML and HTML5. HTML didn't support audio and video without the use of Flash Player support, and HTML5 is support audio and video controls. HTML uses cookies to store temporary data, and HTML5 uses SQL databases and application cache to store offline data. In HTML, not possible to draw shapes like circle, rectangle, triangle, etc. But in HTML5 it allows to draw shapes like circle, triangle, etc. And HTML works with old browser, and in HTML5 it's supported by all the new browsers like Opera, Chrome, Firefox. In HTML, doctype declaration and character encoding is too long and complicated, while in HTML5, doctype declaration and character encoding is quite simple and easy. In HTML, elements like navigation header were not present, but in HTML5, new elements for web structure like navigation header, footers are present. Now, difference between HTML and XHTML. HTML is hypertext markup language and XHTML is extensible hypertext markup language. HTML can have empty or open text, while in XHTML all the unclosed text must be closed. And in HTML, an application of SGML, standard generalized markup language. In XHTML, an application of XML, extensible markup language. In HTML, no hard rule on structure of the elements. You can see here in the screen. While in XHTML, structure of the elements should be followed. You can see here example, paragraph or bold tag. In HTML, attributes values not significant, while in XHTML, attributes values are important. HTML is case insensitive, while XHTML is case sensitive. The tags and attributes must be of lowercase. In HTML, all the content can be put under body element, while in XHTML, all the content has to be put in blocks. Now, what is metadata? Metadata is data about data, like your environment number. We can directly getting all the information from your environment number. That means metadata information. Meta tags always go inside the head element and they provide metadata about the HTML document. Meta tags are typically used to specify character set, page description, keywords, author of the document and viewport settings. Metadata will not be displayed on the page but is machine parsable. Metadata is used by browsers, that means how to display content or reload page, search engines, keywords and other web services. There is a method to let web designer take control over the viewport, the user's visible area of a web page through the meta tag. Okay. In this example, you can see here attributes of meta tag. Meta charset, that means specify the character encoding for the HTML document. Meta content, content gives the value associated with the HTTP equivalent or name attribute. HTTP equivalent attribute, that means provides an HTTP header for the information or value of the content attribute. And meta name specifies a name for the metadata. Now, how to set viewport in the meta tag. The viewport is the user's visible area of a web page. it varies with the device. It will be smaller on a mobile phone than on a computer screen. You should include the following meta tag element in all your web pages. Meta name is equal to viewport, content is equal to width is equal to device width, initial scale is equal to 1.0. That means this gives the browser instructions on how to control the page dimension and scaling. The width is equal to device width part sets the width of the page to follow the screen width of the device, which will vary depending on the device. The initial scale is equal to 1.0 part sets the initial zoom level when the page is first loaded by the browser. Here is an example of a web page without the viewport meta tag and the same web page with the viewport meta tag. You can see here in the screen. Thank you guys for watching my video.